From July 1951 through September of 1956, Irv August spent countless days on the Union Pacific Main Line near Cheyenne. They were photographing the end of an era that would never be equaled in the history of railroads. Mr. August recalls those days of shooting steam on the UP.
One of the railroads in the West that had great attraction for me was the Union Pacific. From Cheyenne west over Sherman Hill to Laramie was a ruling grade. Sherman itself was 8,300 feet, the highest point on the system. Here, the entire system funneled through this trackage. In the space of 6 or 7 hours, there would be some 40 or 50 trains passing in both directions. This made it a great mecca for rail fans such as myself and my companions. I made many trips to film these great steam locomotives in action. Amongst my companions was Al Patton, a medical doctor, Les Logue, a certified public accountant, and Jim Williamson, a plumbing contractor.
One of our favorite spots to photograph was on the curves and high fill between Sherman and Beaufort on the east side. Here was steam in action at its best, with a ruling grade westbound. Watching these westbound freights with the tremendous plumes of smoke made me wonder at times whether or not the Union Pacific was actually scattering coal on the countryside instead of burning it. The early morning hours was a delightful time. The streamliners would leave Cheyenne bound for the west coast, and then the dispatcher would send out 4 or 5 double-headed freights. Another sight that would gladden the heart of a dyed-in-the-wool steam fan was the steam locomotives helping the streamliners up the hill. Here is a helper returning to Cheyenne. An interesting fact is that helpers were permitted to run 1 block when they were returning to Cheyenne. Here's Les Logue looking at his camera. He evidently thought that he had run out of film. In October 1951, Les Logan and myself decided we would like to have some snow scenes on Sherman Hill. We camped by the track just above Buford, and the next morning it was snowing hard. We had a merry fire and shot the trains as they passed during the day. Towards evening, we drove to Cheyenne to get a shot of the Denver local passenger train of a westbound freight passing between the C&S Bridge by Tower A at Cheyenne. In June of 1952, we were back at Buford filming the streamliners being assisted with steam. And one of these shots shows a 3900 helping one of the streamliners up the hill. Here we are comparing notes on the morning's activity. Another delightful spot was just below the summit of Sherman on the east side. No, these fellas were really not trying to change the signals. Here, an eastbound freight tops a hill at Sherman, 8,300 feet. Here we are, near Beaufort, on the east side, watching the parade of steam. Apparently, all this steam in action got a little monotonous. Once in a while, a 3-cylinder, 9,000 class locomotive would help a freight over Sherman Hill.